Before we get started with our movie review today of Ballerina, Darin, why don't we introduce our award that we received at trivia?
It's almost...
It's in the shot.
It's in the shot. It's almost like Christmas Story.
Yeah.
It's a major award.
It's unbelievable. It's so big in our hearts.
It is so big.
Let's zoom in here for the viewer.
It's second place.
Wow.
At Parking Lot Perspectives.
That's
with
right.
our group of friends in the neighborhood took it.
We'll
Royal
put a photo
Bliss.
up.
Royal Bliss
Shout out to the
Company.
whole crew.
Whole crew.
Great job all around.
That's right. Joe and Kate weren't there with their son William, but they're all part of the team. So, Royal Bliss, if you're watching this, you hear it, you can always sponsor us. We would love to hear from you.
We talk about you probably every episode.
Every episode.
Only the locals know who you are, but maybe one day everyone will know.
That's right. So, on to episode 27.
You are listening to Parking Lot Perspectives with Darin and Evan.
This one is from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. So the question we have is Ballerina worth going to see?
Is it the new John Wick?
Ooh, is it
the new franchise? Is it worth it, Darin? Let us dive into this.
Let's dive in, and we're going to change things up a little bit. We're not going to do the ratings of each part of like cinematography, the score, directing. We had some feedback. We agree with you. We're trying to condense and keep it simple, but we had some great interviews tonight with Shani and Lena.
Thank you both.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
We put the filters up.
Whoo!
They are going to be blown away by their performances.
They were great. You know what's great about this film? 1, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
2, $90 million budget. And I will tell you, the stunts in this, I would say, on par with any John Wick movie.
It's what makes you come to the theater to see this in action.
Oh, talk about the theater, Ev. Talk about...
I can't keep bringing it up, but I have to. Dolby, unbelievable. We saw some horrors, right? We saw some action. This was fight scene galore. Wow.
Yeah, there's no secret, right? There's a flamethrower here in the movie poster. There's a flamethrower in the movie, folks.
Yeah, I think Shani said it too.
I think Shani said it too, yeah. So Evan and I were talking as we got back in the car that if we were back at the old Regal, you would have saw it and you would have been like, wow, it's a flamethrower. I've never seen that. You feel the flamethrower. It is wicked.
We were missing the 4D aspect.
Yes,
I felt like I should have been burned in that theater seat. But
it was very, very good. So
unique.
So, and I think Evan said the word right as he got in the car. He said, this movie is super entertaining. And I would agree. It is on par with any one of the John Wick movies as far as action. And by the way, second movie in a row, no opening credits. No, it just
dives right into it. They don't want you to be bored. You go right into the action, the backstory.
Right into the action.
Which is a good segue into the plot.
By the way, before we get to the plot, don't forget to click like, subscribe, tell your friends. We are moving and grooving. So the plot is pretty simple.
That's right.
The ballerina, played by Ana de Armas, she sees her dad get murdered, and she wants revenge. Simple as that, right?
That's it. Yeah. Family loss turns into bloodshed.
Yeah.
That is the quote of the highlight of this episode. And wow, did she not disappoint?
I told Evan I thought she was going to beef up a little bit because she's a pretty thin woman. She does great in this. I think her stunts.
Yeah.
I think, Evan, you're going to put a video on or something.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this clip, she's with Keanu Reeves. She's fighting. I love that. I love how these actors, I enjoy watching her go from this, maybe she doesn't do these type of movies to doing these over and over again. She did the James Bond.
No Time to Die.
She did all the training for that, and then she dove right into this. And Darin, you saw it with Keanu Reeves, with John Wick. He's learning how to shoot the guns, doing it all, and she followed right in his footsteps.
So I just want to run through. So Ana de Armas, she plays Eve. She is, and we're not going to give away the spoilers. Her dad gets murdered. We already said that.
Spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler. You know it just the way the movie sets up. So Keanu Reeves.
Could have said someone died.
Oh my gosh. Keanu Reeves reprises his role as John Wick. You've got Ian McShane back as Winston. They did a really good job, I think, of making him look younger. They I'm sure CGI'd somewhere because his hair was black, skin looked smooth.
That's a good call out. And for those who don't know Darin, he's very particular when
Very.
it comes to the movie, the production, what he sees, the stunt doubles. Is their hand dirty when it should be, bruised, and it's too clean? I saw it all in this movie with Darin leaving the theater. But moving on.
Moving on. Angelica Houston reprises her role as a director. She looked great. By the way, she is from the acclaimed Hollywood family of the Houstons, by the way. John Huston and all of them.
So, right over my head.
Yeah. Gabriel Byrne plays the Chancellor, and I could be mistaken, I think this is the first time I've ever seen him play a bad guy. And he
did good. He was a good...
I didn't like him.
He was a good bad egg.
I did not like him. Which means he was a good actor, because I didn't like him.
There were some characters I didn't understand.
Yeah. Norman Reedus is in this movie. He plays a character named Daniel Pine. Gonna leave it at that. Don't want to give away.
That's it.
Daryl
Dixon.
Of my favorite character actors a long time. This was his last movie, Lance Reddick. He plays Sharon. He is the main man at
Continental.
The Continental. And this was his last movie before he died unexpectedly in 2023. So that's how long ago they shot this. The movie was shot. Len Wiseman is the director, but the stunt coordinator did not like the way that the stunts were done, and they reshot it. So it took another year for it to come out. So that's why some of you might be like, wait, he died in 2023. Why are we just seeing this movie? They reshot a ton of the stunt sequences.
And stop right there, because when you told me that on the drive back, it made me happy to hear that, because the stunt, they did not disappoint. So he probably saw something or was like, we got to add flamethrowers or something.
Yeah,
it was good.
I'm going to say it again. The stunts in this movie are as good as any John Wick movie stunts that you've seen. You've got Sharon Duncan Brewster. She plays Nogi. She is kind of like the trainer of Ana de Armas when she's younger. David Castaneda, he plays Javier, which is Ana de Armas' character's Eve's dad, who gets whacked.
Wow.
And I think that's pretty much it that I want to run through on the cast. But the cast overall, I thought, well blended. And by the way, a lot of people have taken note that this is taking place in between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. So it's like John Wick 3.5, they call it. I disagree. And I'm going to say John Wick, not to give a spoiler away, but he's not in every part of the movie. He's in a few scenes.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't like calling it John Wick 3.5.
Now, we're going to call this Ballerina. They have something here.
Yeah.
They truly do.
Great call.
We were all hoping for an end credit scene, by the way.
Yeah,
didn't happen. So save yourself time and get the hell out of there.
Yeah, great call. There is not.
There is poor souls.
There's a lot of people stuck around.
I'm walking out, the screen goes black and the lights come on. You're like, oh, God. You're just picturing the guy who's running the tapes in the back laughing. Like, look at all these idiots
sticking around. But, Evan's point is it's its own movie. Ballerina, I think Shani said, I want to see another one. Evan's like, man, I wonder if they're going to do it. This was pure Hollywood entertainment. We talked about it last week when we saw Mission Impossible, or 2 weeks ago, and Tom Cruise came out at the beginning of the movie and he said, we made this movie for you to go to the movies. And while we love streaming, nothing against streaming, you see this in Dolby, man, you guys are going to hear, it's just fantastic.
It's game-changing.
Game-changing.
There's gunshots that you think people...
behind you, people
God
slamming on a
forbid.
table, broken glass. Yeah. Hey, want to also mention real quick, it's right now, again, we saw this Wednesday. So early release.
Yeah, that's a good call out. Early release. We got
release.
Invited to the AMC.
That's right.
They just didn't, send the invite. We just showed up.
That's right. But IMDb right now is 7.3 out of 10. I think Rotten Tomatoes is 77%.
Yeah, it's probably fluctuating right now as we speak. Let's see. It is at a 75 now.
75. I will tell you, you want action. I saw somebody's comment on IMDb. It said it's a Wiccan universe. Yeah, you're going to want to see it. I'm telling you right now, this is entertainment. So, real quick, we'll go through. Len Wiseman is the director. Len Wiseman, as Evan pointed out in the car, this guy did some work on the Underworld series. Kate Beckinsale's Underworld series. Did the producer of the Total Recall, Swamp Thing, he was a director. So he's done some stuff. This guy is not new to Hollywood. But again, the stunt coordinator is the one who said, hey, we need to reshoot this. And I want to make sure we call him out. Chad Solinsky. He reshot it, and to Evan's point, thank God he did, because the stunt scenes are they're next level.
They're spot on, and something to call out with the director. It's important, I think. This is why I think it sets itself apart from the regular John Wick franchise. The John Wick director did not come back.
Ooh, wow, that's right. That's a really good point. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so Chad, I'm gonna butcher this. Stilinski. He did John Wick, the original John Wick 3, Parabellum, and he also did The Matrix. You know,
he's been around.
Been around, and I bet we could find out what happened, but I guess it just didn't come to fruition, and now they have the underworld director here. So it was very cool to read that, because right away you feel it's a John Wick movie.
Woo!
And the directing style I thought was similar.
Yeah, and I think part of why you felt it was the composers. There's two composers. Joel Richard, he did all of the John Wick movies. Tyler Bates also, he has done some of the John Wick movies, as well as Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadpool 2. This guy, so to Evan's point, while it is in the John Wick universe, it is its own movie. I mean, you could have removed John Wick out of this and never saw Keanu Reeves, and you still would have been like, wow.
Was it cool, though?
Yeah, it was very cool to see him.
Did it give you some chill moments? Awesome. You know, because not giving anything away in this movie, but you should probably see the other John Wicks, because they do have certain scenes that you're seeing John Wick's perspective, but then you see it from her perspective.
Baba Yaga.
All this for a puppy.
That's right. So the score, fantastic. Well done by those two guys. To Evan's point, I can't say it enough. You feel it because the music is similar to John Wick, and the guys did John Wick, so you don't feel what is this?
Yeah, that I'm kind of happy they kept the same.
I agree.
You walk into the Continental, it's that same music that they play. It's great.
It's very cool. Very cool. The special effects and the stunts, I'm just going to say it again. Just as good as any John Wick movie.
If you compare this, we saw Mission Impossible. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was entertaining, action-packed, but the stunts and just the special effects in this blew that out of the water. And I just can't get over it. You see this movie in a regular theater, I still think you're going to get that wow moment.
You will. But Evan brought up, like, there's a scene where she gets slammed on her back, and you think it's behind you because it's in Dolby, and you're like, I mean, it's... And for Evan to say that this blew Mission Impossible stunts out of the water, I mean, he's in love with Tom Cruise and those stunts.
Well, special effects.
Special effects. Oh, okay.
Tom Cruise, not knocking the guy. He's a nut job. He does his own stuff. I really enjoyed this thoroughly, just seeing it all come together, the stunts, but the special effects. I mean, the headshots, there's people getting diced up with ice skates. I mean, you can name it, it's in this.
Cinematography, I think, was very, very well done. Again, it's John Wick universe, so you felt like you could see it. Evan brought up a really good point, again, as soon as we got done talking to Shani and Lena, that, Ana de Armas, what was good about this, and it's not really a spoiler, is they don't she doesn't come out and she's a big bad killer right away. I mean, that's not.
That's a good call, because a lot of these movies, of course, they're far-fetched. I mean, let's be real, this is unrealistic to every level. But they show something, not giving much away, but it's something unique to me, at least. Seeing these type of movies, they're not just she's sped up. She knows how to handle weapons. They show the training and the evolution, of her character.
So with that said, why don't we pause right now? We'll insert the clip from Shani and Lena, and we'll come back and give you our final rating on the movie.
It's a good one. Take a look at the lighting.
Hey, welcome back to Parking Lot Perspectives. We're here with
Lena Shani.
All right, we just got done seeing the early release of Ballerina, and we got to get your reaction. So first of all, what'd you like about the movie without giving away any spoilers?
Yeah, I felt like it really fit well in the John Wick universe. I actually did a marathon before this, so I just had it fresh in my mind. So I think it fit really well, but it still felt like its own thing at the same time. Like Anna was clearly the star.
All I'm gonna say is flamethrower.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, all right, good. Second question, if you would do things different, what would you change about the movie, if anything?
I think the pacing, honestly, towards the end.
Was it long or a little long?
Yeah, but overall really good.
Okay, very good. So if there was another movie made for Ballerina, what would you like to see in it?
Maybe instead of a big bad, some like smaller style missions, kind of where she would be after this, and I don't know, maybe a little more traveling, hopping around, a little more free agent stuff.
I like it. I like it. What about you?
I think maybe like no more family stuff.
Step away.
Someone random. Yeah.
Little Angelica Houston there. Yeah. All right, so we got a rating scale 1 to 10. What would you give this movie?
I think a solid 9. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.5.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you spending time in Parking Lot Perspectives. We will talk at y'all soon.
Woo! That was, I'll tell you what, Shani and Lena, thank you again so much. I told Evan what I loved about talking with these two and almost everybody we've had in our podcast. People love movies like we love movies.
You're like, they're walking out, we're outside, and you're like, why don't we introduce ourselves to these two? And boom. At first they wanted to do audio only. But
we
I
put
worked
the filters
editing
on.
magic,
That's
baby.
right. That's
you
right.
got it.
That's right. So, as we do, we are coming up with our rating scale, 1 to 10. So, what's your final rating for Ballerina?
With everything baked in, the special effects, the stunt work, the directing style, I am at an 8.5 for this movie. Yeah. Why? Copycat? Plagiarism.
I don't disagree. I would tell you nothing less than an 8. I don't, if somebody says this movie, like, I'm looking at IMDb right now, and it's 7.3. I don't get it. 8. It's good story.
Why don't we...
Good story.
Why don't we do this? This is something new. Again, brand new movie, early access. There's 9 reviews on IMDb. I could just off the rip.
713 user reviews, sir.
Yeah, but written, sir.
Oh, written, sir.
Written.
Of which mine will be one soon.
Anyway, a lot of them, they all have the same theme, though.
Yeah.
Even if it's a 7, the action, the stunt work, the visual effects was what stood out.
Yeah.
So I think probably what pushes people's ratings down and why mine is not at a 9 or a 10 is it does have drawn out moments. I think Shani said that. So it's important because it kind of makes the end result lackluster.
Yeah, because one of the comments in IMDb, and I agree, is fresh blood into John Wick franchise. I do think it's fresh blood. I do think there was scenes. I agree. So I'm not going to give it an 8.5. I'm just going to say nothing lower than an 8 because it's entertaining. It is well shot, great sound, great fun. It's just entertaining, and that's what we miss.
Freaking flamethrower!
I'm telling you right now, folks.
Buy one.
I have
Don't.
I have never seen a movie. Evan and I were talking about the stunt people that were probably getting fried on this, but they were so well done, and it was not just 1 or 2 people got whacked with a flamethrower.
It was
pretty good.
It was a whole village.
It was a village. So, with that said, don't forget to click like, subscribe. We are now on iHeartRadio, thanks to Evan.
It is officially confirmed.
That is
The link
official.
is now added to our link tree, which I will insert right now.
Excellent.
30-day Hulu trial still there, Darin. It has not expired.
It has not expired. You can't beat that. You just can't beat that.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the amount of effort and time we're pouring into this,
I swear.
It's drawing so many people
That's right.
to watch us.
So don't forget to click like, subscribe, tell your friends. We will talk to you all soon on Parking Lot
right.
Perspectives.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.